Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary, my second video of the day for Tuesday, October the 23rd. I'm Clay Emo at Canuck Clay on Twitter, and my Clayton Emo on Instagram, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. As many of you subscribers know, I'm good for at least one video a day. Usually it's one video a day in the morning before I go to work. And if the Canucks play the night before, I recap the game, and I look ahead to the day ahead, whether it's going to be a Canucks practice, a Canucks day off, or a Canucks game day or game night, so to speak. When I do a second video, you know something big is brewing, something newsworthy happened, and today I'd say would count as that, as Brock Boeser was not at practice today because of an injury, a lower body injury that Travis Green said afterwards was an injury to his groin. Something that happened, I guess, in the Winnipeg game, and he's been playing through for the past 2 or 3 games. It sounds like Brock Boeser is making the trip, though, that quick 2-day trip to Vegas and Arizona, so that's a good thing. Elias Pettersson is also making that trip, which is also a good thing. Travis Green said today that he's not sure if Pettersson will play tomorrow. I think he will, but if he doesn't, then look for him to play on Thursday in Arizona. Otherwise, why would he go on the trip? Otherwise, they would just keep him home, right, and wait for Saturday night against Pittsburgh. So look to see Pettersson in the lineup either tomorrow and or Thursday. So it'll be interesting with Boeser going, and if he heals quickly, we could have both Pettersson and Boeser in the lineup. We could have one of them in the lineup, likely Pettersson, or we could have neither of them in the lineup, which would suck, which would be the worst case scenario. So with Pettersson returning to practice, which is good, with Boeser not at practice, which is bad, this is how the Canucks lines shaped up earlier this morning. It was Horvat between Leipzig and Eriksson. It was Gaudette, Virtanen, and Berchi, the only line that remained unchanged. Third line was now Sutter, Roussel, and Tyler Mott. And the fourth line was on the wings. It was Tim Schaller and Nikolai Goudobin. And then in the middle, it was Marcus Granlund and Elias Pettersson swapping in and out. So interesting. If Pettersson does play and Granlund sits, if that's the way they go, then you could argue that's the first line. It's Pettersson, Goudobin, and Schaller somehow winds up on that first line. Or whether you call it the second line or whatever it may be. The key point is, with the flux with Boeser and Pettersson, 3 of those 4 lines look like they'll be changed if Travis Green goes with these lines. And so far, they have played how they practice. And even though he says, we'll see, things might change, however they practice seems to be the way they line up for the game. On D, Michael Del Zotto could be in and Troy Stecher could be out. Tiny bit surprising given that kind of like the Markstrom, the Nielsen start over Markstrom last night, especially because Stecher I thought played okay. You know, he did take a penalty that led to Washington's 4th goal, the backbreaker admittedly, but he also scored a goal assisted by Nick Dowd's glove. So I thought Stitcher's okay. Would you say he's was the worst defenseman of the 6? Or at least he's got to be a left side defenseman? I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, Stitcher's a right side defenseman because when he plays with Pouliot plays on the left and Stitcher plays on the right. So it sounds like with Stitcher coming out, Pouliot would slide to the right. So now the lineup, the deep pairs look like this. It'd be Tanev and Edler. It'd be Del Zotto with Gabranson, and it would be Pouliot and Hutton, with Hutton on the left side and Pouliot sliding from the left to the right. I guess that's the flexibility that you do have in Pouliot, which would be an advantage for him to stay in the lineup, obviously. So those could be some of the changes that we look at tomorrow. So Canucks fans, leave a comment below. What do you think of those changes? The mismatch of potpourri of forward lines, and what would you think of sitting Stecher in favor of Del Zotto and those new look pairings? So that's the first part I want to talk about, is how the Canucks practice today. The second part I want to talk about is a continuation of my video from earlier today, where I talked about meeting and seeking out and finding the Gagne guys and my blessed encounter with them, learning that they're visiting from Mexico and likely bought those the 2 matching Sam Gagne jerseys cheap, which is fine. Not here to judge. I think that's awesome that they wanted to do something to support the team and to show their Canucks pride, regardless of the name that was on the back of the jersey. So that was earlier video, and I love sharing that story. I went a little long this morning, but I was happy to share that story and had a lot of fun over the internet with guys like Jason Botchford and his Athletics article, so on and so forth. But then, as part of that picture, as part of that, interaction last night, my friend Anna Forsyth of Canucks Hockey Blog C4 Podcast, she commented on the picture, basically saying that the Clay jersey curse, oh no, because I was wearing my Brock Boeser jersey in the picture with the 2 Gagne guys. And Anna, and also Chris Golden at Lightforce, they have this theory, and Chris is the one I actually started the C4 Canucks Hockey Blog podcast with a few years ago. So make sure you follow both Anna and Chris Follow them on Twitter, and also make sure you listen to their podcast. Anyways, the two of them have this theory that whatever Canucks player, whoever jersey I have, it's cursed. That they're going to leave unceremoniously. They'll never finish. They'll not do well with the team, or something bad's going to happen. Get injured or get traded or they suck. There's something like that. And this is Anna and this is Chris' theory. And they even gave me a hashtag, the Clay Jersey Curse. Well, Jason Boshford, my new best friend, he got on the train this morning of the curse because as soon as we found out that he was not at practice because he was injured, then a bunch of people, including Boshford and, of course, led by Anna and Chris, tied it to the fact that I was wearing a Boeser jersey to the game last night, and the Boeser is my newest Canucks jersey. So let's quickly go through the history, and you judge for yourself if there is indeed a Clay jersey curse. My first jersey of the modern era was Roberto Luongo. I got it in 2009, 2010, wore it proudly for the 5 or 6 years until 2014 when he was traded to the Florida Panthers. We know the story, not playing the Heritage Classic, Corey Schneider being traded first, long contract that in his words sucked, whatever it may be. So don't blame me, blame John Tortorella. But Roberto Luongo, in essence, traded to Florida in March 2014. Then, later that year, June 2014, David Booth was bought out. And David Booth was my second jersey. I liked it. I liked him before he came to the Canucks. I knew he was a Christian. I knew he was a good player, exciting young player for the Florida Panthers. So I bought David Booth's jersey. In fact, I had a second one. My season ticket partner, Mike, and I. Mike won it in the jersey off the back, contest or whatever it may be at the end of one of the Canucks seasons. So we actually have two David Booth jerseys in our possession. Very little known fact, one that I don't publicize a lot. So David Booth was my second jersey. He was traded to Vancouver October 2011, and then he was bought out June 2014. So that's jersey number 2. My third jersey was a Ryan Miller jersey. I didn't buy it; it was actually given to me, but I wore it. And he was here for 3 years, signed a 3-year contract, and he played all 3 years starting from July 1, 2014 until he signed in Anaheim July 1, 2017. So nothing bad there. He wasn't traded. He played well enough. Just a solid goaltending replacement to replace Luongo and to mentor Jacob Markstrom. And then my fourth and fifth jerseys were a Henrik jersey that I bought and a Daniel Sedin jersey that was given to me. So 3 that I bought, Luongo, Booth, and Henrik. 2 that were given to me, Miller and Daniel. Those are my 5 jerseys. You could argue Daniel and Henrik, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They retired, and they're the 2 best Canucks to ever play for the team. So they're fine. Luongo thing, that wasn't my fault. And Ryan Miller played out his contract. So really, I don't get this jersey curse. I really don't get it. David Booth was probably my only poor choice given everything that's happened since then. But still, at the time, I thought he was a good player. So those are my 5 jerseys, and this is what led to this apparent Clay jersey curse for the Canucks. Luongo, Booth, Miller, Daniel, and Henrik. Yes, none of them are playing for the team anymore. 3 guys are retired. 1 guy's playing in Florida, and 1 guy's playing in Anaheim. That's not my fault. You're not going to find someone. I mean, yeah, like I said, 3 of the guys are retired. What can I do? What can I do? But then in September, I knew it was time for New Jersey, given that all 5 of my jerseys, none of them play for the Canucks anymore. And I was debating between Brock and Pettersson. And I even had some fun on Twitter with it, put up a poll. You guys remember this. I think the final result with 400 votes was 51 to 49% or 52 to 48. It was very, very close, and I leaned towards Brock. So I bought a Brock Boeser jersey at the end of September when I went to preseason game. My son Sean bought a Bo Horvat jersey, so technically that's not my jersey, it's his. Actually, I think I still paid for it, so it might be my jersey. So you could say I have a Boeser, I have a Horvat, and I was thinking of getting a Pettersson. Well, Horvat hasn't got hurt this season, thank goodness. Maybe I just jinxed him like right now. We know that Pettersson got hurt, and now we know that Boeser's hurt. Boeser's the one I own, Horvat's the one that Sean owns, Pettersson was the one that I was considering. So I don't know if we should, if Quinn Hughes should be worried, if Elias Pettersson should be worried if I decide to get their jersey. I know a lot of people on Twitter are joking around saying, please buy a Louis Eriksson jersey, or I will ship a Louis Eriksson jersey to you, or here, take this Eric Goodbranson jersey. Kind of funny, pretty witty comments there. But whatever it may be, I don't think I'm cursed. As a man of faith, as a devout Catholic, I don't believe in superstition. I don't believe in curses. But some would argue there could be some proverbial proof in the pudding with Luongo, Booth, Miller, Henrik, and Daniel, all gone from the Canucks for different reasons. Canucks fans, what do you think? Is there such thing as a Clay jersey curse when you add in the Boeser and the almost Pettersson? Pettersson's hurt, almost that I got it. Or do you think this is all a bunch of hoobity-doo or whatever that means? A bunch of rubbish, and it's just coincidence, just bad luck, and it's just the way that things evolve. Leave a comment below about this, about Stetcher, about Leipzig, about Boeser, about Pettersson. Whatever you want to talk about, leave it below. I will read, I will react, and I'll do my best to reply. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. I appreciate your loyalty and your viewership. And don't forget, my next live stream will not be tomorrow night, not after the Vegas game. I have something else up that I'll share with you on Thursday. And then Thursday night, I will do a post-game live stream after Vancouver finishes their 2-game road trip in Arizona. Who knows if Pettersson and or Boeser will be part of that game. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Don't worry, I won't record a third video today. That's it for me. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless, and go Canucks go.